U21 Canadian Junior Cup start today with our quarterfinal matchups this afternoon. Bring you inside the club. We see the wide shot. All the sheets are currently ongoing. I'm Matthew Hall. Once again, Tori Zemelink is beside me in the booth. We'll be bringing you all the coverage on this U21 quarterfinal draw. Let's take a look at who has qualified here for these quarterfinals. They played a 3-game round robin. Top 4 made their way directly through into the quarterfinals, and the last 4 spots were taken by the winners of the play-in games last night. So starting off, we have the number 1 seed undefeated Team Stapera facing off against the 12 seed Team McClelland. Number 4, St. James faces off against the 6 seed Team Furlan. Number 2, Team Regan out of Nova Scotia faces off against the Swiss women's representative, the number 9 seed out of Basel Aarau. And finally, the 3 seed, Cassidy Blades, also out of Nova Scotia, faces off against Team Dundas from Manitoba. Now looking at the men, we have the undefeated number 1 seed, Tyler McTavish, coming up against the number 10 seed, Team Ryan Fisher. The Swiss men out of Morges, Ace and Company, they face off against the number 9 seed, the winner of our first feature game, I believe, of the week, Team Bedard. Number 3 seed, Team Radia, faces off against the number 6 seed, Team Benning, and our feature game will be the 4 versus 5 matchup as Team Biemans faces Team MacDougall. And as we come into this game, let's meet the teams throwing the yellow stones. Team Biemans, the lead is Philip Burgess, lead is Tyler Biemans, second Philip Burgess, the third is Hunter Leclerc, and the skip is Jonathan Biemans. Going against them and throwing the red stones, the lead, Carson Kay, second, Dylan Stockton, third, Evan Medor, and the skip is Evan MacDougall. And as we tune into sheet 4 here, we are partway through the first end. Team MacDougall currently sitting 1 buried around a center guard by virtue of being the better seed, even though they had the same record. It is Team Biemans who starts with the hammer here in the first. Both these teams finishing off with a 2-1 record in the round robin. For Team Biemans, it was a 7-6 decision over Team Fisher. They actually faced off in the round robin, and it was an 8-7 victory for Team Biemans over MacDougall, and then finished off the round robin with a 6-3 loss versus Team Lanois. For Team MacDougall, they started off with a win 8-6 over Lanois, lost that 1-point decision to Biemans, finished off with a 7-4 victory over Team Fisher. Unfortunately, their LSD was not good enough, so they did have to play that playing game last night. And Tori, we caught the end of that game. If you're Team MacDougall, you have to be feeling a little lucky to even be playing today, as it was they were facing off against Team Shirk, who had a draw to the forefoot to win the game, ended up throwing the draw through the rings, which allowed a steal of 2 for Team MacDougall to earn their spot here in the quarterfinal.
Yeah, and back to that game between Biemans and MacDougall in the round robin. That game was actually won on a shootout. So Evan MacDougall had a shot for the win, I guess, but they didn't know it at the time because it was going to come down to a measure for that extra point. Ended up only getting 2. And then, yeah, it was a draw to the button for the win.
So a very close matchup in the round robin. I'm pretty excited. Hopefully we get a similar result today. But so far, early advantage here for Team MacDougall as they sit 2 and the chance to toss up a guard.
You see their third, Evan Medor in the hack.
Give us a 5 and it'll be like a 2. Yep.
Looking just to replace that guard.
Just hit them. Top 12. Line's fine. Line's fine.
Coming down.
No. Oh gosh. It's heavy. Just don't touch it. Sick.
And all 8 sheets are ongoing here for the quarterfinals. 4 men's games, 4 women's games. We'll keep you updated on the scores as we know them throughout the afternoon here. A reminder again what these teams are playing for. The top finishing Canadian team will earn the right and an all-expense-paid trip to Switzerland to represent Canada and play in the Swiss Cup.
On Team Biemans, actually, Jonathan and Tyler went on this trip a couple years ago. So I'm sure they're looking to claim that title back.
Yeah, I had the chance to speak with them earlier this week, and
You're like, yeah, just
they said how amazing the trip was, how it's a memory that they still look back fondly on, but would love to get a second opportunity to do it. And remember, I said the top-ranking Canadian team. So for the men's side, the only crux in that plan is the Swiss men. So they are the only team out of the 8 who are ineligible to receive that trip. Obviously, they'll be flying home themselves. On the women's side, we do have 2 teams, the Swiss women who have qualified for the playoff, as well as the number 1 seed Team Stapera out of the United States.
Oh my gosh, same weight. Holy.
okay, buddy.
All right.
So both Evan Medor's rocks slipping a little deep.
So I feel like less.
No, you're good.
Same split, pretty much.
Still a pretty good result, though. Team Biemans has a decision to make here. Either play the double peel or play the run back. Looks like they're going to the run back. This spot, though, has been fairly tricky that we've been watching all week. It has a tendency to run a little straight with any sort of outward motion.
Both of them were bad.
They seem to like this one early, though.
I didn't add, that's all. I just didn't add at all.
And that's an excellent shot as he stuffs that into the top of the forefoot. Well done there by Hunter Leclerc.
Just off nose. Okay, can hit it. Just gotta remove it though. Okay. Okay.
So we're going to see skip Evan MacDougall. Think like it looks like he's just going for that yellow straight up. Probably a soft weight hit. Try and stay on the edge of the rings.
It's definitely the easier side of the sheet to play this. Certainly not a gimme, though. I thought we might see him walk up and play the run back. Looks like they're taking a look at it now, and I think they've changed their minds. That run back does look quite a bit easier than the chase. Right on the nose or a hair on the center line side. Evan MacDougall with his first. We've seen this spot curl, Tori. And unfortunately just ran it by, so a little bit too much of an early sweep. I can't blame them too much. It didn't look like they were throwing it that hard, and we've seen that spot have the tendency to jump, but unfortunately I think they just carried that through the break a little too much. So now if you're Jonathan Biemans, you'll try to draw around this corner guard and force Team MacDougall to play the run back again.
I thought you dumped it. I thought you were really soft. It looks really soft, sorry. Oh my gosh, like, yelling off too and like was so quiet. Voice is so gone.
This rock being a little reluctant to get off that center line.
Yeah, we've seen it does curl off of the center, but with a little outward motion, you can certainly delay that, and that's all it looked like Jonathan did.
Yeah. Just have to roll to here.
Still ended up in a pretty good spot, Tori. The run back onto the Yellowstone in the top of the forefoot. Looks like if you stuck it on the nose, the red would not outcount the draw just thrown by Jonathan. So looks like Evan MacDougall will pretty much have to concede at least a deuce. I'm not sure if he rolls to the center line, if he's going to remain shot stone.
I think that's the call, is to roll to the center. So must be able to think he can get shot rock with the roll.
So Evan MacDougall will try to limit the damage.
Carson K on the sweep.
This one's curling early. Looks like he has a chance, though. It's definitely going to roll underneath. And yeah, I just think, unfortunately, just didn't hold on to enough of the forefoot. So Team Biemans currently sitting a single point and the chance to draw for two.
Yeah, foot less weight? 4 feet less. 4 feet? Yeah.
So Jonathan Biemans, piece of the forefoot.
Just by 4 feet.
So close to being shot too.
It's coming off a little.
Seem to think it's a little heavy. Sweeper's calling back 8. Doesn't have the backing quite yet. Evan MacDougall will try to drag this through, and he will. So big missed opportunity there for Jonathan Biemans. He had the chance for two. But can't quite get his weight down. So but it'll still be a single point for Jonathan Biemans. We'll take a quick commercial break and come back for the start of the second.
Hey, curling fans, I'm standing here in front of Sheet Stew here at the High Park Club, and I just want to let you know that I'm so excited to sponsor the sport of curling, to help curling out. So you can go to stewcurls.com, see all my events, see the Stew Sell series, but you know what? I also sell real estate as well. So you need to buy a house, list a house, condo, rental, business. Look, give me Stu a call.
Picking up play here in the second. Throwing the lead stones is Tyler Biemans. And he'll toss up a very nice center guard to start. We'll see if Team MacDougall decides to throw the corner. They won't. Deciding just to go around this Yellowstone. Still early in the game, so no need to get too aggressive. I don't mind this call.
Go, bit though.
Top 4. Close, top 4. Top 8.
Super's liking the weight, saying it's close.
Hard! Hard! Hard!
shot.
Evan. Evan. Can I have some?
Nice shot.
Yeah. I didn't add anything, so it's just
You're good.
it came off at the end.
Yeah.
Mine's good.
Tyler Biemans looking to draw around those two, just above the house, and that one's just thrown by Carson K.
If you can, Hunter.
Gotta be a little careful where this ends up.
It's not. It's really out there.
Close.
Yeah, this spot,
Hard knife.
again, that side of the sheet we've mentioned all week, running
Got a goal.
that little bit straighter, so he's not going to get buried here. Pretty good weight, though.
Yeah, I like that.
12.
Hey,
11-5-12.
I didn't think that much.
Carson K will now have the chance to hit and roll to the wings and set up early for their deuce here in the second.
So I think those rocks for Carson are pretty close to edge on edge. Might have a tiny bit of space.
11.
Heavy.
11.
easy. Easy.
Whoa.
Don't roll out.
Whoa.
Yep. Oh. No.
Won't
Played
get the
great
roll
shot.
under, but I like the audible.
Yeah.
Played with a little bit of fire there, but thankfully able to
Yeah, here's heavy.
keep the red hanging on over on the side.
You're gonna say 11. It's really loud.
And I like this call here by Jonathan. Just, you can't hit and roll underneath, or you can, but it's very far and you won't be shot. But this is all just about limiting some damage. Play a couple hits. Maybe you get a rollout by MacDougall at some point, but you can really delay making any decisive decisions, such as drawing around those guards until later.
Very straight out there.
That one unfortunately just rolls out, though.
Yeah. I
Just gonna see MacDougall put that rock back on the wing.
no, it's all
Like
good.
ideally, you want this rock maybe just behind T-line.
It's not bad.
So Dylan Stockton here, the second for Team MacDougall.
Close.
Too much on the eye.
It's close. T. My rock.
Back 4, back 8.
Back 4.
Running like it's hot.
Back 4.
You're hot. Back 8.
Okay, you're looking okay now.
You're
Coming
okay.
down.
Oh my God.
16-1.
This rock quickly putting on the brakes. Evan saying he got a 16-1 hog to hog.
That's pretty much what we've been seeing most of the week. 15 and a half at times, but even
Yeah.
at 16, really shouldn't have a problem getting to the T line. I think just that spot is a
God.
little bit fresh still. Nobody's really
know.
thrown it all that much in this game, so
lucky.
sweepers had to put in some work there, but they get it to a good
Yeah.
spot.
I felt so
Unfortunately,
bad.
does leave the hit and roll opportunity here for Team Biemans.
I thought you were way back.
It was like 2 seconds after you guys got right off of it.
Close.
Yeah.
Want to roll right to the T line, center line, excuse me.
Wow, it's still so.
We have another shot at it.
Yeah, I had him on a bit negative. Yeah.
Same shot.
Yeah. Jeez.
Yeah. Let's clean it.
I had him like this inside nose.
Yep.
Yeah, that one made me look off.
Save.
That one was a better throw.
Mine's good.
Same way.
They're the same.
Same line. Evan's rock.
Just clean. Easy.
Back T.
Coming down.
Close.
Yeah.
15-7, guys. Keep going.
That is a
Perfect.
nice improvement
Throw, bud.
Same
over his first.
Pretty good.
Both by Dylan and the sweepers there on judging that rock, and
No, you gave him one.
that 6
And we were on
feet
it.
extra weight.
Because his first one was 16-2.
Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Yep.
Nice shot. Perfect.
Whoa.
nose in it. Yeah. Especially
Seems really
volleyball
straight
game.
here.
Just does not want
Yep.
to go there.
First shot.
Okay.
Tyler,
Actually, I like that,
man.
man.
Inside out on that one? Ask if they want to go inside out.
So this shot
Seems like
is
it
a
curls a lot
little
better,
bit
so.
more of a difficult call. It definitely has more upside to it. If you can lock a freeze down on that yellow,
Heavy
Team
shot.
Biemans
Yep, you got it.
would find it very difficult to remove it without rolling out. Is a little bit more difficult, of course. You could just walk over and play the nose hit.
Back for it.
Line's good.
Line.
Should have a very good idea
Line's
on
good.
the
Line.
line and the weight. They've seen this spot twice now.
Line's really good. Go, 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 go.
That's pretty
wow.
nice.
Isn't that any good?
Just misjudged the line a little bit if you're Evan MacDougall, but more or less a pretty good outcome.
Ah.
The nice part about it is they stayed
Very
on the
good, good
inside, so Team Biemans can't really roll
You threw it well.
into the center
Yeah,
line
you
without
have
risking a jam.
Yeah, yeah. It's pretty quick.
Close. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. 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 Nice.
Uh-oh. Yep.
11-5.
Yep. Really straight here. Really straight. Evan, do you ever want less? No, I
And if Team Biemans just
just the weight.
continues to hit this
Gotta-
wide
it's gotta stick
stone
around.
every time, it's going to be hard for them to limit the deuce. I thought by this point, if not even earlier, we might see him at least look at the run back down the center. I know the run back's a slightly more difficult call, but it's really the only way that you limit the two by removing that stone in the center and maybe rolling over to the wings.
Yep. Yep. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yep.
That's good.
Looking just to nose that rock,
Okay.
and nicely done by Evan Medor.
Really good sweep. Great sweep.
I was giving you guys control like here.
Good sweep, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Nice line call. Great line call.
This hit's getting trickier by the shot, Tori. That risk of a jam
Yeah.
becoming greater with the higher this redstone is.
And look at that ice. That's on the inside half of that rock, inside quarter of that rock.
I mean,
This ever over curls. You're
As long as it's consistent. for
looking
like-
at giving up a multiple.
just control.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, okay. Stay with over curl a little bit. Okay. I'm trying. What's
Yeah.
he trying? Jam, bro. Maybe he's sacrificing that. Hey, he'll jam, but we'll go. But we'll end up top 4.
11-2.
Yeah, right.
Jonathan Biemans with his
11-5.
first.
11-5.
Trying to avoid the
Close.
jam, hit this on the nose.
11-5.
Nose.
Sweeper's not touching it.
Want to freeze to it?
Okay.
I mean, then he plays this. Ever want him to try?
I liked it. I liked it most of the way down. I liked it most of the way down.
It just zooming out.
Yeah, it just kept falling.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you try it. I think you go. Right?
So a little bit of a
Yeah.
discussion there
Maybe
by
if you're like
the back end of
3/4 open, that's
MacDougall.
pretty good.
Talked about playing that same freeze
I mean, you just
down
don't
to
want to
that
sit at
rock
that.
in the wing.
Just don't want to be in a spot where you
then-
can play that. But, okay.
Medor saying
Okay. That's good.
that he was thinking Biemans would play the draw to the forefoot.
It's what yeah. Okay.
They're
yeah.
playing this because they want the
Okay.
chance at 3, is my guess. If the run back is made, you're probably not too worried about the run double. Jonathan would have to cut that Yellowstone over the top of the red and likely lose it, so you'd likely get the blank out of that. If this were me, I would probably be playing the draw to the wings. The reason for that is playing the draw around the center, you run the risk of being a little heavy. If you draw to the back 4, back 8, you might coax Jonathan to follow you down and play a freeze of his own, which might take everything away. And even if you make, say, where's the perfect spot here, Tori? Like top 4?
I'd almost say T-line.
Sure, T-line, let's say, wherever you want to put it. Let's say you make the perfect shot. What are the odds that Jonathan makes contact with that top redstone with the run back? I would say probably at least 80-90%. So if there's really an 80-90% chance that you're going to end up with only 2 out of it anyways, why run the risk of possibly giving Biemans an out? I would personally just draw the wings, and I think you'd see Jonathan more or less just give you the 2 for free.
Yeah, and you can see this rock just running that little bit heavy.
Easy.
Needs to sit down.
Needs to put the brakes on.
Okay.
And it won't.
So slips through, and it'll be a run back chance here
Like a 15.
for Jonathan. If he can stick it, he'll sit 2 and get the force out of this. So big missed opportunity there for Evan MacDougall.
First got a 56.
Oh.
I didn't really add either. Huh. Okay.
That's fine. Thank you, good save. They speak French.
11.
Jonathan Biemans. This one should be close in this line to stick that yellow rock on the run back.
And that's very nicely done.
Evan MacDougall being kind of forced to the
Yeah, actually,
draw
yeah, if
here.
you do that, you're shot. You just have to be fully in.
Though it looks like he's playing the hit and roll, thinking he can
Okay,
get
sounds
shot
good.
rock with that.
Just have to be fully in, that's all. You got it.
So choosing to play
Whoa,
the
whoa,
trickier of the 2 shots
Curl.
here. Needs to hit this yellow and
Yeah, curl.
just have a small roll in for
Curl.
1.
Curl. Should be good. Nice shot.
Looks like that'll be nicely done as he rolls in to grab a piece of the 8-foot for his single point, and some missed opportunities by both sides here in the first 2 ends. Has us at a 1-1 tie. When we come back after this commercial,
okay. Good
Jonathan
shot.
Biemans will have his second chance.
I've stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on, every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance.
Pushing limits.
Seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a gold line. It's a gold line. It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
It's freaking quick today. Evan's draw was like a 15-8.
And we pick up here at the start of the third. Throwing the lead stones is Carson K and Tori. Big misses by both skips in the first two ends on the draws. Jonathan Biemans having that open draw for 2 in the first, sailed through, or heavy, and Evan MacDougall with the chance to sit 2 on his first, his rock sails through, so hopefully we see both of them make an adjustment as we move later into this game.
That's fine, good shot.
It's a little deeper than we want, but
Nice shot.
still pretty good.
Great shot.
Team Biemans playing the corner guard, trying to get maybe a little more generated this end, which I'm excited for maybe a few more rocks in play.
He's playing that way the whole
Yeah, we haven't seen either team really willing to go too hard in these first two ends. That whole last end was looking like a deuce for MacDougall the entire way. Even in the first end, I think we only had 1 or 2 guards that they were trying to play around. It wasn't until that missed run back on Evan MacDougall's first in the first end that it even looked like a deuce.
close. Mara.
Think back 4.
T.
Mine's good.
As we take a look across the sheets, all sheets have finished their second end of play, so update you quickly on the scores. On the women's side, the number 4 seed currently holds a 1-0 lead over the 6 seed team Furlan after 2 ends. On sheet 2, the number 1 seed Team Stapera opened with a 2, followed by a blank as they play the number 12 seed McClelland.
Times are weird.
On sheet 6, the number 2 seed Team Regan blanked the first end, had a draw to the button for their single, but were a little heavy, so they give up a steal of 2 to the number 9 seed, the Swiss women out of Basel. And over on sheet 8, the other Nova Scotian team, the number 3 seed, Team Cassidy Blades, they open up giving up a steal of 2 to Team Dundas out of Manitoba. So some shaky starts for both of the Nova Scotians here, but still plenty of game to play. Team Dundas currently holding a 2-1 lead over Team Blades. On the men's side, of course, our feature matchup is a 1-1 tie. Right beside us, another close one between the number 3 seed Radia, the number 6 seed Benning. They're tied 1-1 after 2. After a blank in the first and a single by the Swiss men, they hold a 1-0 lead over Team Bedard out of Quebec. And the number 1 seed Tyler McTavish and the number 10 seed Ryan Fisher, they've traded singles. Tyler McTavish holding the hammer in the third.
Hard, go. Keep it there. I got the ball.
Hard up. Okay, good.
Nice shot. Nice call, Evan.
Great sweep by Carson K to get that by that guard. Didn't miss that by a whole lot. Just hit that rock a little too thick and didn't get the roll behind their own. So opportunity here for Team Biemans. Make a double and roll.
Close, yep.
And then it snaps.
Hard tight. Hard buddy, go. Dig. Hard Tyler, dig.
Trying to hold this one past the guard. And a great sweep there by Tyler Biemans as he drags it by. Not enough to make the double, but does save that stone from wrecking. So pretty good result, and that yellow stone's in a spot that is very usable for Team Biemans later.
Might as well.
Spike.
I don't like this.
No.
Yeah.
If you're high, it's just straight down.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I think you throw this and plant it.
Yep.
Yeah. 11-5. 2/3 to half.
So not
That
throwing
was
a ton of
12-9,
weight
though.
at this,
Yeah, I thought it was good in your hand.
which I don't mind. helps those rocks be a little bit more controllable. So Dylan Stockton looking to make a short run back and plant the rock just off the center line.
I love the controllable weight here. He will make contact, but with that little bit less weight, unfortunately, isn't going to be enough to kill it. Just need to hit that a little bit thicker. I do think that's the right way to play it, though. It gives you more control over the shot, allows you to bring your sweepers into play. Just not quite thrown close enough to make it. So the chance here now for Team Biemans to play the hit and roll around the corner, and looking good for 2 if they do.
This rock really wanting to move, though. This is the spot we've seen the most curl on the whole sheet. And yet that's still only curled about 1.5 feet for a hit.
Maybe a smidge more, but like I thought he may have got it a little bit.
11-5.
Evan Medor.
Little bit of a set there on release. It's not going to help him. They're trying to curl it. Should hit it right on the nose, it looks like. And they will.
I love the weight choices that Team MacDougall is making. They're just wondering if it's still too much ice for how they release their rocks. Hunter Leclerc trying to make the hit and roll.
Hard curl! Straight! Whoa! Curl!
Called off the curl just for a second, and
That's not bad.
maybe rolls a hair further than they would have liked, but a pretty good result there, Tori. Rolls to the side of the 8 foot. Appears to be just over half exposed around that guard, so it is chaseable. I think if MacDougall can get to the inside of that yellow stone, it's a pretty good result. They would likely be right behind the tee line, but there wouldn't really be a freeze available for Team Biemans, I don't think.
I think that my one issue with this shot is that no matter what, you know that Team Biemans is drawing around those corner guards.
Yeah, we've seen, though, that spot, the out turn going away off the line, struggles to get that last little bit of curl. So it wouldn't be the easiest draw in the world. Evan Medor here, though, with a chance to put out a fire. They seem to like it.
Yeah,
Pretty
this is
close
really
to the guard.
close.
Oh, that's really well done there by Evan. Doesn't kill that Yellowstone, but I don't think he's too worried about that. Some spectacular weight control there. That can be really easy to overthrow, but the only way you make that shot is by throwing backline weight and throwing caution to the wind a little bit, because you know there's a good chance that you may not even kill that Yellowstone. But if you make the shot well, it shouldn't matter.
So Hunter Leclerc looking to put one in the 4 foot. Now, even if this rock can't get completely buried, even showing half a rock is just creating a jam opportunity for Team MacDougall to even make a play at it.
Got a curl tide! Go distance! 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 That's pretty good, bud.
do you think, Matt? Are those rocks edge on edge?
There's actually a little bit of air, so should be accessible to get to the nose. This is all about weight control here. If you throw something like, I would say, honestly, I think the less weight you can throw at this, the better.
I agree.
As long as it's going to remove that yellow from play. So if you feel comfortable with a hack weight, let your sweepers make the shot for you. It's makeable with pretty much anything, though.
That run is easier than you think. I think if you're like 7/8, maybe flipping the red. Yeah. This is minimum ice.
Clean, yep. Whoa, whoa.
Heard
Clean,
somebody say
clean,
minimum ice, which I love
Whoa.
hearing on this shot.
Curl. Yeah, curl. Curl. Keep going. You got it. Hard. Nice sweep. Good shot.
What a great sweep by Dylan Stockton to get that to move over.
He put his arm out for me. I'm like, no.
That's just a fantastic team shot right there. I think the older you get, the more experienced you get, you realize your job as a thrower is to just put it somewhere close. Throw it well enough and then let your sweepers do the fine work for you. So there does look like there's a double chance here for Team Biemans. You think you can hold the shooter too? I think so.
It's close. Not sure what weight they're throwing.
I thought I heard control, which I think is the aggressive way to play it. You probably can make the double and save the shooter this way. The easier way to play it would be to throw it hard, but you would lose the shooter and Evan would just need to play a draw around the corner.
Jonathan Biemans.
Close, close, boys. I like it.
It's very close. He's going to get one and just missed the line call as they run it by that second red.
That was so close.
That looked so good at the hog line. They just needed one or two licks of the broom. Unfortunately, just miss it. And so the chance here for Team MacDougall to get a force.
Oh, that's rough. Yeah, I mean, I
don't-
thought it was going to be perfect.
The fact that red's shot, I don't think it changes the shot call, Tori. I don't think you want to play anything too fancy here. Just a nose hit, take the force. If you could ever, I guess, maybe flop a rock or two to the inside and block off a piece of the draw path, that would be great.
It just ticked it in by a smidge. Yeah. Oh, that is really tough. Oh, man. It's all good. It's okay. It's all good. Well, I didn't see that happening. Like, I thought it was enough too.
Evan MacDougall.
Hey, whoa, 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 whoa. Curl. Curl. Hard. Hard. Keep going. Keep going. You got it. Hard. Big.
Oh, looks like they're going for the big roll now. Don't want to give him a second shot at the double. And that's a really good shot there. He does get it half buried. Enough to avoid leaving a double. I had that shot in the back of my mind, but you'd hate if that rock rolls maybe a half or a quarter rock less. Jonathan probably has the same shot he just played, maybe for two, but they end up getting just enough. A great result there for Team MacDougall. Jonathan's taking a look at it, but I guess you could play a little bit of a tap and just roll to the button. This looks like just a straight draw to the button to me, though.
And no need to try and get fancy with this. I think you're just asking for something to go wrong.
Well, I just don't think you want to have that red in your plan. As soon as you start thinking, okay, well, we got to tap this and play a roll, that's when you maybe up the weight just a hair. The line runs not the way you'd like it, and that's how you give up a steal too. I think you play this just as a straight draw to the button. If it happens to overcurl a hair and you play a little tick and roll, that's fine. You still get your one. But you have to throw this like a normal draw. It looks like they're talking as if they're playing the straight draw with maybe just a little tick, but it looks like very tight ice to me.
Yeah, I like this ice.
So final stone here in the third for Jonathan Biemans, facing two. Sweepers like the weight. He doesn't have the red yet. Now they're calling back four. That's no good as it's tracking a little wide. It's going to sail by. Can Evan MacDougall bring it far enough? And it looks like he did. So it is a steal of two for Evan MacDougall here in the third. They will take a 3-1 lead over Team Biemans. And we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll digest what just happened, Tori, and start play in the fourth.
Peace of mind, the life you want, and financial independence. At World Financial Group, we believe your path to any of these goals is paved by financial knowledge. That's why our agents spend every day empowering individuals and families of all backgrounds with the knowledge to create the life they want. No matter your financial goals, WFG can help you own your future. Visit worldfinancialgroup.com to learn more.
So we pick up here at the start of the fourth. Carson Kay throws our first stone of the end, and Tori, a big steal of two there, and we weren't necessarily big fans of how Team Biemans approached that shot. They were almost sounded like they were playing it with that red in mind rather than the straight draw. Now, albeit I think they were playing, it seemed like they were playing it as the straight draw. Ends up just a little bit heavy. Can't fault him too much for that. But sometimes when you take those plan Bs into account and you have that in the back of your mind, sometimes you can just overthrow it just a hair. Line ended up being pretty good, but just that 2 feet extra means it sailed by that red instead of ticking off it to the button.
You see Tyler Biemans try and put up a corner guard.
17.
Stop sliding.
Nice try there, dude. So quick.
Yeah, I liked it in my hand, and then I just kept sliding.
And honestly, the top 8, I was like, okay, I think it's stopping. And then it just kept gliding.
In fact, it was not too long.
Okay.
Back for it. Back 8.
Super's not really wanting to touch this one.
What? Come down.
Calling very heavy out of the hand.
Dig in. No, you're back. You're still back.
You did.
Yeah.
Easy, Dylan, easy.
Still back.
Just right off, right off.
You could tell it was starting to put the brakes on, but still a little heavy. Will end up in the back of the 8 foot.
How was that in the rings?
We had a
Actually slides to the
13-7
back
last
12,
game that
so
stayed in the rings.
not the best second shot there by
Outrageous.
Carson K, but still have a good guard up.
That's one. Shot.
They're throwing the second corner guard here, Tori, or are they trying to come around?
Gonna be honest, I missed the call. I was watching a run back attempt on another sheet.
There wasn't really much of a call. He just sort of pointed his broom over to that side of the sheet.
Yeah, that's
But
okay.
I would assume the draw.
yeah, with the way it looks right now, looks like they're trying to come around. That guard's so tight, and this spot being
Nice shot, John.
fairly straighter, it's difficult to get this buried.
Bury it all the way.
Nice shot, John.
Hard, Hunter. Hard, Hunter. You got it, buddy.
Nice shot.
Hard, buddy.
But does a pretty good job there. Looks like it is, I'd guess, 2/3 buried.
I like it if you like it. It's a hack, waiter.
Dylan Stockton.
Hack!
Very impressive curling resume for
Go,
himself.
go.
Multiple nationals, multiple national medals.
Hard. I got it. Go. Keep going. Hard. Really hard. Hard. Keep going. Go.
Hard on the yellow. That's it. Hard in. Get it out.
Okay.
You just really
A little firm there with the weight. Wasn't able to quite get enough curl at the end. So
Keep going.
MacDougall sitting shot 1, biting the back 12,
Not
and
keep
then
going.
you got Team Biemans for a close second shot.
Good guys. They're funny.
Hunter's rock. Hunter's rock. Gotta curl. It's 100 feet. Gotta go. Go distance.
This
if you
rock
can.
running a
Hard curl,
little
buddy.
bit
Go,
wider
go.
than that last.
Hard curl, Hunter.
It's going to be mostly exposed. Maybe
I gave.
just about a third of a rock buried.
Unfortunately, these two are ahead of that one. They purposely bumped where like they couldn't. Both of them did not want to go out. Absolute like bad luck.
So we see Evan just looking at the angles to double check the jam, but I don't think it really changes the shot call. I think the shot is always the hit and roll.
Just hack.
Play hack up there. Just a hair up. It was pretty close. Just a hair up. Yeah.
Oh, curl.
Hard, gal.
I got to stop looking over at other sheets, Tori, and start watching our feature a little bit more. This one running a little bit wide.
Just knows there one at the back.
That might be good. All right.
That's fine.
So just riding the center line, a little bit too big of a set on that rock. I think the weight was probably pretty close.
Yeah, that spot's really tricky.
At least these two are
Just doesn't want to come back for you. Get that little outward motion on your release.
Make that roll. It was planting, and then it was shot over this.
Which way do you like?
You know, I think a good team sort of builds that little set into their release. It's something that is so good when you're playing on curly ice, whether it's an arena or you're at a nationals where they just tend to touch up the ice a little bit more and get that little bit of curl. A good team bakes that into their release. I think a great team or a really good team sort of knows how to adjust the release to the ice conditions a little bit more. And what we've seen here most of this week is that you need to be able to make that adjustment. And sometimes throw a rock straight through or a little easy without that backwards motion as you let go.
Curl if you can.
So this rock coming a little bit deep.
Curl.
Gonna come to rest at the back 8.
Ever freeze?
Not bad.
Still think it's this.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't have to roll under. If you roll here, you can make this. So it's just hack.
Tough to say.
This one definitely closer out of the hand. Dylan Stockton
Hard.
working to keep it straight.
Hard.
You'd hate to touch that guard now, but he holds it, gets it by, and now a little bit of a roll towards the middle.
What a great sweep.
Great sweep, great throw. Would have loved a little bit more of a roll, but a result you're going to be pretty happy with if you're Evan MacDougall.
Way over. So over. Oh my God, Dylan held that.
Hunter LeClaire has to be a little careful here, needs to get to the inside. On this side of the sheet, that shouldn't be an issue.
Whoa! Whoa!
The thing is, you were throwing it like it looked like you.
Yep,
thought it was
yep.
tight.
Whoa! Yep, yep. Hard!
Now the sweepers are on it and starting to curl. That guard's coming up quick.
Come on, Philip! Come on, Philip! Don't stop! Don't stop! Don't stop! Oh
And he
my word.
touches it.
Get the hell out of here with that.
He just whiskers that guard enough to still get to the nose of the red and push it back, but it gets caught up on that back yellow a little bit.
Okay.
And red is still second shot.
Same weight.
Just not quite anticipating that little bit of extra curl in that spot. Halfway down, looked really good and then just made its normal jump and they lost it.
To the inside. You're on the inside.
So Evan Medora has to make a soft weight hit and roll. I think this is another one of those shots where the minimum amount of weight that you need to make it is the weight that you should choose.
Easy, yeah, curl.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Straight. Yep, hard.
This one also curling.
Hard. Oh my gosh.
Manages to squeak that by the guard.
What the actual hell is that?
But that followed a very similar line to Team Biemans Rock. I don't think Team MacDougall was expecting that same jump.
You know what? His rocks are starting to act like Carson's. Yeah, I think the releases are getting more similar.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, I thought you said it.
I mean, you get that, that's great, but if you sit here, he has a double, but it does jam.
And I think it's the way you're setting it.
It's not that much.
Like, I think it's just not
Well,
snappy.
no, I
I
did-
think it's just like a little flow.
Well, I didn't dumping all the
Yeah.
So I just didn't want to do that on that one.
That was weird because I thought you got it out. Like you set it outside edge.
Okay. Control it too early. I think it's probably because of how I threw it. At least for shot two.
Yeah. Can't ask for much more. After the end we've had. After the end we've
Yep, curl!
Really hanging out there.
Hartfield!
Yeah, on the apex, right?
Hartfield!
Team Biemans not able to get the roll on that shot, so I'm assuming we're going to see Team MacDougall try and play it.
Yep. You know this.
What was that again?
This seems to be a game of just hit and rolls.
Oh, good.
What do you think? Half?
It's like the shot of every end.
Teams, they haven't quite been able to figure it out. We've seen a lot of nose hits, I'll say a lot of pro side misses. We haven't quite seen the makes. I think they're starting to dial it in though, and here's another chance for Evan MacDougall. Would love to get that little bit of a roll towards the center line.
I love the enthusiasm.
I think you're much happier with an under roll here than over rolling, and if you come out the other side, you might leave a double.
mean,
Whoa, whoa, room, whoa, curl, curl.
Calling the curl pretty early.
Hard, Carson. Hard, 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 hard. Get nose, get
Needs
nose,
this
get
to
nose.
stick around for 2.
Okay.
That's fine.
And difficult to tell. I think he might have spun too far.
I think so.
Yeah, just a hair as we look at the overhead there. So there will be a hit to sit to.
I believe they're looking at the draw.
just outside of 4, I think.
It's a fine call as well. The problem with the hit, of course, is where do you go? If you nose, you leave a pocket. You roll on top of the yellow is probably your best result, but you might leave a freeze, or you would leave a freeze opportunity that could take it away.
Yeah, you're probably like, this side curls more.
Nice. Are we 1-3?
Take a hair more, Bryce.
We're 1-2.
I think that's pretty close. Hair more? Yeah, that's probably good.
Sorry, back.
We have backing, but I want to try to get you guys top 4. That's the sweet spot. Top 4. I'll give you guys like 3 feet less.
Yeah, that's
For sure.
It's like straighter.
Go ahead.
Jonathan Biemans
Oh,
looking for top 4.
line's good.
Sweeper's calling a little heavy. About back 8.
Come, child. Come, my child. Come here, child.
It's really hard on the 4.
Ah, shoot.
So it's going to slip deep and just bumps that yellow. So red now sitting second and third. Unfortunately,
That's
I don't think there's any way to bring them into play.
Follow him down. Like it, lad.
Yeah, I think if you're
Yeah, that-
Team
yeah, that one did
MacDougall, you're
curl.
just
That one
going to
curled.
put one
That was
right on top of
14-8.
the shot that Jonathan just threw.
Pardon?
I've watched a couple kind of dive here. I'm wondering if it's getting flat.
I got 1485 on that.
Yeah, that won't be true. That's like hack.
Kind of what he's giving. That's what it is on this side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Put it right on it. Yeah, and honestly, like, if you know it's heavy out of my hand, just start curling it. Because we need to be on that. We need to be on the yellow. We can't be on the red.
Yeah.
Because it's second. Yeah, if you think I'm like a bowler.
Okay.
You know, but
Back 4.
maybe a bit heavy.
Just back 4.
Big shot here
Line's
for
good.
Team MacDougall, the chance
Room.
to
Whoa. Whoa,
get a
easy,
force
easy.
if a good freeze is made.
Straight. Line's good. Line, keep going.
Keep going, keep going.
Straight.
Straight.
Yep. You got lots of backing.
Gotta be on the yellow.
Yeah, yep. Straight. Whoa, you're good. Great shot. Great shot.
It's a great team shot. Lots of good communication. You could hear the pre-shot. Evan saying, if you think I'm heavy, just go hard on the curl early because it's just going to run. And the sweepers and Evan Medor talking the whole way down the sheet.
Nice shot.
Sorry, Evan. I told him to go if I was heavy. Like I told him
Yeah. Oh, okay, got you. Okay.
That's why
He
he
was
was.
yelling for me.
I was gonna
I'm
say,
like,
why was he
keep going,
knifing?
Bill, Keep going. Twice
Nice
now,
shot.
we've ignored him.
Nice shot.
That's great.
Yeah, great result. Great though.
It's like that triple thing.
I was
for
gonna
a
say,
bundle.
yeah, I was hoping to play that.
I think it just.
So force 2 is 1.
It just plants on the 3. Like, I don't think it has enough to.
Jonathan Biemans.
Yeah, I don't think it's there. I think it just plays.
It's a tough shot.
That 7's too high. Up 2. If it was a rock lower, it's there.
We'll need a good piece of the button here. Sweepers thinking this one is heavy early, though.
Right now, from where I'm sitting, that looks like it's
Here, sweep it this way.
might
Sweep it.
touch that
There.
guard.
Wanna get that?
It's going to get over to the red, but I think it's going to roll right off. Doesn't even get to the shot stone,
That's
so
good for us.
very heavy sails by, and it's a steal of 1 for Evan MacDougall. He pulls out to a 4-1 lead here after the first half. We're going to take a little bit of a longer break here for a 4th end break. When we come back, we'll talk about what both teams need to do to win this match.
In 4 or
Hey, Stu Cells Teams followers, I'm at my brand new listing here at 6C Indian Grove, and I'm so blown away I have fallen over, and I can't take my eyes off this gorgeous original molded ceiling that is absolutely stunning. We are bringing this 1911 Grand Estate to market, and it is going to blow your mind. Let me get up and show you what I'm talking about. Look at this woodwork. When they did the renos, they actually took all this wood down, they sent it to Montreal, had it professionally refinished and stained, and they reinstalled it. Like, it is absolutely breathtaking. The pocket doors, the lead glass French doors, it's so unique, this home. It is a grand old estate. The top 3rd floor is a beautiful prime retreat with big closets, its own bathroom, soaker tub, walk out to a balcony. You go to the 2nd floor, 3 large bedrooms, wraparound office, floor to ceiling windows, gorgeous view. And then this is like entertaining central. Actually, the Oscar-winning film JFK was filmed in this living room. It's had multiple movies, commercials, and then the dining room is so grand, and the parlor, and oh my God, there's so much to tell you about this amazing home. You gotta come and see it. And you know the extra bonus? Corner lot, laneway housing potential, single car garage, and a full separate legal 1-bedroom apartment in the basement you can rent out. So look, we're right in the heart of Ronse's High Park. You can walk to the park, it's just down the road. Great shops, great cafes. It's such a beautiful, stately home that you have to come look at it. So go to stucells.ca, see all the photos, the videos, the virtual tour, and give me Stu a call for a personal tour.
good sweep.
2.5.
Yep.
2.5.
I was going to say that, yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Line close.
2.5.
2.5.
Easy, Evan.
2.5.
Hit it a bit.
No.
Line's good. Line's good.
Weight's good.
So
Weight's great.
picking up once again here at the start of the 5th after a big stolen point by Team MacDougall there, and forward takes them out to a 4-1
Holy
lead
cow.
over Jonathan Biemans.
Good though. Wow. Sorry about that.
No, that's fine.
That's decent.
That's a good
It's
spot.
to go.
First 2 rocks by Carson Kay end up in a good spot. Second rock just slipping into the rings, but Team Biemans
Hey,
is
Dale,
going to
what'd you
ignore
say?
it. Play around their corner guard.
Hey, Dylan, what'd you say? What'd you say? 5-0? Cool.
And Tori, a little bit about what both these teams need to do coming into the second half if they want to win. Well, I'll take the Team Biemans side. I think you have to recognize that you've been right there. Yes, there's been some unfortunate misses, especially on those last 2 stones, but you need to keep the confidence high for your skip. So do everything you can to make sure those last 2 stones are where you need them to be. And they've had opportunities. I mean, in the first end, it was a wide open draw for 2. In the third end, you had that chance for the double on Jonathan's first, and if they hold that just a little bit more, you're probably sitting 3. So it's not like they've been entirely outclassed in this game, but they need to hunker down and work on just really settling and making those that one extra shot per end. And hopefully, if you're Jonathan Biemans, it starts with a deuce right here in the 5th.
You just got to keep doing what you're doing. You're capitalizing when you're seeing misses from your opposition, and they're staying strong with all their communication and thought processes with the strategy. Like Evans, you can see him taking into account different options, but then choosing the one that is A, easiest for them, and B, puts Team Biemans in a harder position.
His inside outs right now are funny. Yeah. Sliding like a rock tight. Good walking.
Oh yeah, it looks like you're really. Okay.
Line's good. Line's good.
Yeah.
Line's good. Straight. Line's good. Curl.
16-5. Holy.
Hard, Tyler.
There's some interesting line scores going on out here with all the quarterfinals. Looks like everybody has completed their 4th end of play. We're just waiting for a couple scores to go up on the board, and then we'll give you a score update. Actually seems like we're ready at the moment, so why don't we take the time to look over at what's going on in some of the other games. Once again, we'll go left to right. We'll start over on sheet 1, a fairly close matchup, but a deuce for Team Furlan in the 3rd, and a blank in 4 has them out to a 2-1 lead.
Just keep peeling.
On sheet 2, Team Stapera with a big 3-ender in the 4th end, has them out to a 5-1 lead over McClelland. Moving over to sheet 3, that 3rd end stands out. A big 4 spot for Team Radia pulls them out to a 5-1 lead at the time, though it was a deuce scored back by Team Benning to pull them within 2. Right beside us in the match between the Swiss and the team from Quebec, it is a 3-1 lead for the Swiss after they score a 2 in the 4th end to give them that 3-1 advantage. Over on sheet 6, we mentioned that steal of 2 given up by Team Regan early in the 2nd end. Then they were forced in the 3rd, so it was a bit of a shaky start, but a big steal of 3 as the Swiss women cannot make the draw against 3 on her last. At the end of the 4th end, pulls Team Regan from Nova Scotia out to a 4-2 lead after 4 ends. And keeping an eye over on sheet 7, the number 1 seed, Tyler McTavish, undefeated up to this point, finds himself on the wrong end of a 4-1 deficit early in this one. It was a steal of 2 in the 3rd end, followed by another steal of a single in the 4th that pulls Ryan Fisher out to a 4-1 lead over there. And a very tight matchup on sheet 8. Back and forth. We mentioned that steal of 2 given up by Blades in the 1st end. She took 1 and stole 2 to get a lead after that, but gives up another deuce, so she finds herself down 1 with the hammer as they play 5. Back to our feature matchup here, Tori. Team Biemans has a good setup here around the corner, trying to replace the corner guard now. I just worry at some point, how do you get at that rock on the button? You can play a run back, but your shooter's not going to be in the rings.
It's perfect. It's got nothing.
At some point, they'll likely have to play, I guess, maybe some kind of corner freeze and sacrifice that shot over on the wings.
Yeah, I think so, because we're just going to see Team MacDougall keep going up to peel that guard. Evan Medor looking just to straight peel this rock.
Green. Green.
Pretty bad throw.
Nice pair, Evan.
You boys like in or
So Vice is last for Biemans. You can hear them mention the freeze there.
like this side?
Pretty bad throw, but got the result.
I think you have to come with that intern.
Two pretty bad throws.
I agree. I think it
Great
makes
throws.
sense for multiple reasons. If you play
Got the job
the
done.
freeze
It's
with
pretty
the
bad
out
throws,
turn,
though.
you would allow the in-off double off of that yellow stone in the 8-foot. That could get rid of everything. The other reason, of course, is just that out turn is so tricky, and we've seen them struggling with it already this game.
Yeah.
They played this spot in the sheet coming home, though, in the 4th.
Yep.
So good, should have a good idea
roll.
on the speed.
Drop on him. Back T.
Close, close side, yep. Line's good. Close, line's good.
16-1,
Line's
that's
good.
good.
Line's good.
Yeah, go
Curl
over.
if you can.
Line
Nice
looks
shot.
pretty good.
Nice shot, Hunter.
Really good.
Oh,
And unfortunately, just a little bit heavy.
think so. Thank you.
I think that
got
fooled a
it.
few people there. I thought I heard somebody say
Problem.
nice shot.
Yeah, good weight.
Okay. Oh, I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah, that was probably one of their.
You're coming in really nice.
That was so
Yeah.
close.
It's freezing.
They're sitting back to the whole way.
I don't know if you make a play on it immediately, though, Tori. I really love the look of the hit and roll off the wide stone, and
Like,
seems like they aren't sure either, as they're going to call a timeout.
So we're going to see Coach Jordan Thin
Yeah,
make
yeah.
his way out for Team MacDougall.
As long as your second shot over that. Yeah.
Because that boxes him in.
As he makes his way out, we will turn up the player mics to listen in.
We'll see if we can get a look at the overhead here. It looks like red is shot stone.
Like, as long as you're in there.
Yeah,
don't
they
worry.
are. So
Not really.
I think the whole goal here, Tori, is to get a rock. I'm not necessarily worried about that yellow near the button if you can get a rock right there in that little pocket in between them.
I can understand the wide.
Question is how you want to get there. You, of course, could play the hit and roll here off of this wide stone.
Yeah, you're right. It does really shot. You think he can make that hit and roll in nice? I do.
Okay.
What is it like?
Or the straight draw.
Not even. You can hit a third. Lower right in there. Yeah, I think from this angle I like the hit and roll more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I'm just
A
really.
little bit more.
If we wick that top red, we're looking to give him 3.
Yeah, no, you're right. That's why I like it more.
Okay. Yeah. We can give up 2 here. Like, giving up 2 isn't like the end of the world. So.
All good?
Yeah, let's make it.
Okay, let's make it.
Go make a shot.
Like, I'll come down to the other end. Just like,
All
let's
right, I love
keep
the
it
discussion there by Jordan Thin with
11-5.
his team, and it looks like the decision
In like
is to
half.
play this
Yeah,
hit
it's
and
like
roll
half.
somewhere into this area.
Yeah. I was gonna
Yellow
say,
goes
yeah,
out the back.
bump and shot, eh?
What's the perfect spot here, Tori? Is it right on the nose of the yellow, or do you want to
Okay.
go a little farther into the
This is
pocket?
the curly
here?
side, so.
I don't
sir?
hate either. I think rolling directly into that pocket might be a little more challenging.
I think
But I
this
think
is
just kind of anywhere in front of that yellow to nose to the inside of it is going to set you up in a great position.
I think this is a really prudent call too, because let's say you whip this thing and just peel it out. How does Team Biemans score 2 right now? There's really no way to access this red stone on the button. You probably have to see them play the same freeze again. But we'll see where Evan MacDougall can put his, as his first stone is on the way here in 5.
Clean. Curl.
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 Whoa!
Straight.
Straight.
Straight. Yep. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Try a third.
They seem not too happy about that shot, Tori, but
Fine.
I think that's a fantastic result. Now, we'll see, they may have bumped that, and they did bump that yellow up for shot, and I think that's what they were upset about. But if I'm Team MacDougall, I'm very happy with that outcome. I don't necessarily care that we bumped that yellow up,
Like,
because
it's really,
there's
really hard for him to score
no
2.
shot for 2 at the
How does he
moment.
score 2 here? He's
No, and I think they need to keep that a little bit in perspective. Yes, you would have loved to have not bumped them in for shot rock, but you have to look at the scoreboard, and forcing the 1 here is really good, because then you have hammer in the 8th or the 6th end, hammer in the even ends, and
Fine, this is definitely going out.
like it's not a bad outcome at all.
What else are you seeing? I'm trying to figure that out. I think no matter what, this is going to get touched too.
That's okay. Great for the point. Great for the point.
If we do that, that's always punching this.
It's time to end by.
I think that's worse. Because if you hit that, then you're just sending the rock in. Fully out. We want that out that way. I think if we do that, I guess you can't really play that either, because that's one of the shots too. Just trying to give you a shot too, bud. Philip, what do you think here, man? We're shot right now.
We're shot 1. I think the play has to be here, because
All they got to do is just. Well, I think we have to. Yeah.
Oh, you keep going. Yeah. Good for them. Oh, they're looking great too.
I think you're rolling no matter what, right? And then he has this.
Depending on where he ends up, he's probably
Give you something
guard.
like I'm seeing something here, because I'm right now. Yeah, we can't be. But even if we're here, what's our next shot?
I feel bad.
Because something here. It's got to do the thin. That's what I'm saying.
What do you do if your team
So you're
Biemans?
running it sideways, so this jams. It's all we got now. I don't see it either. I don't know.
Either you guard for your life.
For me, this is the only setup I see for 2.
I don't see a 2 here. And I don't think you can try to play for a 2 here, because it just feels non-existent to me. So either,
Up to you then.
I guess the question is, what's the shot for MacDougall right now? If he wants to be really aggressive, he probably plays this run back into the red, into the yellow, and out that way.
Yeah, but it's not going to move much, man.
But he would lose the shooter and it rolls open. So
If you're sending this rock right back, that's not going to.
I think Evan's just going to be pretty happy with this situation, probably just guard.
Freeze that, and then we can hit it. That's what I've been saying. That's all we have.
Only thing I'm looking at here, and it's not really for 2, is for Biemans to run this red stone
Tell them.
into sort of this area. The red goes somewhere into the pocket, and you're hoping it spins out in this way. Yellow's gone. Excuse me. Yellow's gone, red's gone. And you just try to essentially just explode everything out of the 4-foot to ensure you have an easy shot for your 1.
I think the top always flopped over in trouble. Yeah, I'll give you less.
I guess you could play a corner freeze on this red stone and keep everything in a line here, but it's still going to take at least 2 shots to get rid of those reds, so I'm not really sure that works.
Close weight. Lots of line. Top 8. Outside. Where is it?
So it looks like they're going for some kind of freeze.
Still got a curl. Okay, line's good. Tyler. Okay, no, leave it then. Oh, shit. Leave it.
Oh, they don't want this to bounce off, and it does. And leaves the nose double for Team MacDougall.
Even the jams. I like that. Just knows
The
it.
sweepers saying they thought it was close and they thought it was
Do you want a little negative voice?
there.
Okay,
Just that
sounds good.
And you know the thing is, Tori, sometimes it just kind of feels like you have to do something in a situation.
Right on the nose.
I mean, I hate to say it, I think if you throw that away, Evan might just throw his away, and it's probably only a single. By throwing that shot and trying to be so aggressive with it, unfortunately, you've now left the double.
Oh, never mind.
You're going to be facing something a lot tougher on your last. Even if they make the corner freeze there, what does that do? Regardless, the shot's done now, so it's a big chance here for Evan MacDougall to make a double
Whoa.
and sit
Clean,
3
yep.
or 4.
Yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yep, 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 yep.
So has a chance. They seem to like it.
Big
Gets
shot.
1,
Attaboy.
gets 2,
Beauty.
and it goes clean out the back. And Evan MacDougall sits 5 with no path to the button available for Jonathan Biemans.
Here, Jonathan Biemans, you just have to come down to that shot stone and try and limit to 1. I don't even know if that gets you sitting shot, second shot. I think it's...
You have to find a way to just give up a steal of 1 here. I don't see a shot to score.
Worst case, I think we're only going to give him 1. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Is the easiest shot just the nose double?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Hit the rock. MacDougall just through. And just make this double.
Up to you. I'm good for ball.
Lose 2 reds and keep the shooter around in this area somewhere. And you give up a steal of 1, but... So looks like the call is he's going to try and play this close to the guard, come down to this red, tap it back to this area. And keep his shooter somewhere in this area up here to give up the steal of 1, but I don't know, Tori. This has steal of 2 or 3 written all over it for me. We've seen how tricky this side of the sheet can be.
And just look at that ice.
Yeah, it's tough to sit in the hack and look at that and just throw back 8 weight, but we'll see what the result is here for Jonathan Biemans.
Yep. Yep.
Hear them calling straight early.
Yep. Why are we curling?
Oh, and maybe he just got a little easy with it. This is gone.
And my guess is that's the game.
Yeah, this is going to be all over that top red stone. You can count them up. That is a steal of 5 for Evan MacDougall. Pulls him out to a 9-1 lead over Team Biemans, and we'll hang out here for a second. I think there's a good chance we see handshakes here.
Yeah, you didn't release it like you normally do. That's okay. That's fine. I mean, I didn't think that would curl that much. I think it's a game over, boys. Yeah.
I said mostly gives up his threes. Plus 8.
And
Where's that?
it's down 8. Okay.
Having a short discussion. They've decided they've had enough.
I don't think I threw that one that bad.
And the handshakes come out, and it is a 9-1 victory for Evan MacDougall, who pulled victory from the jaws of defeat in his play-in game and was just the show of class here in this semifinal as they earn the victory, move on to the semifinals. They will face the winner of that McTavish-Fisher quarterfinal in their semis. Reminder, Ryan Fisher currently holding on to a 5-1 lead over there against the number 1 seed.
Whatever.
We will take a quick commercial break, but don't go anywhere. When we come back, we will jump over to one of our other crucial quarterfinal matchups and pick up the coverage from there.
Just like back four.
Back to my gosh, Dylan, we can watch the other game.
I've stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on, every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance.
Pushing limits.
Seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a gold line. It's a gold line. It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
And welcome back once again. Again, it is a 9-1 victory for Team MacDougall in our feature. So we're going to move over to Sheet 3, featuring the matchup between the number 3 seed Radia and the number 6 seed Team Benning. They have just concluded their 5th end of play. It was a 5-3 lead for Team Radia prior to this. They're about to put the score up. And it was a single for Radia there in the 5th. So Team Radia currently holding a 6-3 lead over Team Benning. And Tori, we started a new tradition here with the player of the game for all of our feature playoff matches, and we had a little bit of a discussion going back and forth between two players. But at the end of the day, I think after a bounce back, after that little bit of a miss in the second end, Evan MacDougall bounced back extremely well, made some crucial shots down the stretch, a good hit and roll in 3, a great freeze in 4, and that fantastic double in 5 that led to the steal of 5. So Evan MacDougall is our player of the game here for this quarterfinal matchup. And looking now at this new quarterfinal that we've jumped over to, was a close match to start, and then a big 4-ender in the 3rd for Team Radia. Before a deuce for Team Benning back to make it 5-3, and finally a single for Radia in 5. We see the corner guard go up by Team Benning, trying to get their deuce here in this end. Throwing the lead stones for Kylan Radia is Jeremy Wernick.
This one not quite getting the curl. Gonna hit it a little on the high side. Aaron Benning calling for a corner guard on the other side of the sheet. Aaron making it in through their qualification game last night. He had a draw to the button to win that game, and he made it. Your Team Radia, I'm not sure I love throwing the center guard. You are up 3 in the 6th end. 2 of your rocks in the house, and opposition has 2 corners. What they really need right now is guards and rocks in front of the house. So
I have to agree with you. You just want to bring all the play in as much or as quickly as you can.
And we'll see that center guard just over curl. So Aaron Benning calling the draw around his corner guard on the left side as we look at it. Jacob Piernick and Owen McTavish trying to get this rock in the rings, but it will just settle down about a foot outside the rings.
Team Benning finished the round robin with a 1-2 record. 10-4 win over Team Shirk, followed by losing to Team Radia. So another game where the two teams in the quarterfinal played each other around robin. Was Team Radia winning 6-5. And Team Benning finished off with a loss to the Swiss men before, as you mentioned, that victory in the play-in match. Team Radia, however, finished 2-1. That victory over Team Benning I mentioned. They beat Team Shirk 8-3 and lost to the Swiss men 7-4. Had them at a 2-1 record and in a tie for that last direct bye to the quarterfinals. Their LSD numbers were good enough to earn them that privilege. This rock needs to sit down, but it won't. It'll just sail out the back of the rings. So an unfortunate miss there, and now Kylan's going to walk up and deal with these corner guards. So deals with the two corners there. Rolls far enough that I don't think that yellow guard over on the side should be in play, but the chance here for Owen McTavish to draw around these two corner guards. Nice part here for Team Benning is that rock top 12 is not doing a whole lot for Team Radia. There's still plenty of room to draw in and sit shot stone.
This rock's got to get off that center line. It's going to get a little rub to actually help it over.
So it is just, looks like it's just about buried behind that yellow guard.
I think if you're Team Radia, you peel the guards.
I think so too. 3-point lead certainly isn't something to just, that you can completely just run away with. But if you think about it, well, if you give up a 2 here, even if you get forced in 7, you give up a 2 and 8, you still have hammer in the extra end in that situation. So I'd like to see them clean things up here. I think Team Benning still has some work to do to sort of prove the advantage. The third stones for Kylan Radia is Cole O'Connor. Makes a nice peel there, so exposes that red stone. Still leaves some corners up for Team Benning to hide behind. Owen McTavish with his second will try to draw around those corners. Very nice draw there made by Owen. Looks like it's not completely buried, so it might be accessible later. I think Kylan will take a crack at. They're looking at the hit and roll off the center one, Tori, but I'd be worried that if you roll in front of that red, you might block your own access to it. Certainly if it's a spot you know where you feel confident in chasing that red, that's probably the better outcome if you know you're going to make it.
Yeah, I don't think you need to chase that top one yet. I think you go for the one on the wings because you're going to have the hit on the top one eventually. Like,
the only risk is you'd hate to go for that one on the wings, and if you miss it, then you're bringing the 3 into play. I just meant if you've played that spot a bunch, and again, we haven't been watching this game, but if you've played that spot a few times, you know what it's doing. It's definitely the better outcome. He's going to go after this top one, though, and try to, I guess, roll in front of the red. Again, I'm worried about taking your own access away, but I guess if you roll to the right spot, it's something you could run back on your next. Maybe a little tight out of the hand. Gonna hit and I think just roll a little too far. Most of the games are working their way to the conclusion of the 6th end, and we'll give you score updates as they come. So first shot here for Aaron Benning, and it's not an easy call, but I kind of like it, Tori. Looks like they're trying to play a corner freeze onto that yellow stone just thrown by Kylan Radia.
yeah, I think there's really only 2 shot options with this stone. You can either play this shot, the freeze, or you can try and draw around that rock on the center line, that yellow, and kind of use it as a guard and draw to the back 4, back 8.
This one definitely the more precise shot, but if it's made, it'd be very difficult for Kylan to get any red stone out of the rings.
Just really need to be careful not to bounce off that yellow stone and roll in front of your own to give access.
They're going for line, and it's going to just touch off of that yellow guard. Spin into the open, and Tori, looks like they've left a double.
Might not be as easy as we think it is. They're taking a while to talk about it. Going hard for line. And a very nice shot there by Kaylin Radia. So Erin Benning left with a draw to the 8-foot for his single.
So big shot here for Aaron Benning to keep himself in this game. It's 3 yellow on the board right now. Needs a piece of the 8-foot. Sweepers haven't touched it yet. I think this is going to have to put the brakes on. Cole O'Connor getting ready to sweep. Travel out the 4-foot, out the 8-foot. Is it going to go far enough? And oh, I put on some serious brakes there at the end, Tori. Looked like it was going to sail through, and I think it stopped in time to just be a steal of 1.
Yep. Cole motioning just the 1 rock. So steal of 1 for Team Radia.
So with that, that puts Team Radia ahead 7-3 after 6 ends. And we're going to take a quick commercial break. And when we come back, we have some crucial scores to update you, as some big scores and some handshakes have happened.
Hey, curling fans, I'm standing here in front of Sheet Stew here at the High Park Club, and I just want to let you know that I'm so excited to sponsor the sport of curling, to help curling out. So you can go to stewcurls.com, see all my events, see the Stew Sell series, but you know what? I also sell real estate as well. So you need to buy a house, list a house, condo, rental, business. Look, give me Stu a call.
Back as we pick up play here at the start of the 7th. There was a bit of a discussion there by Team Benning, I think, deciding whether or not to play on. They have. So Team Radia once again holding a 7-3 lead over Team Benning. The lead stones for Team Radia are thrown by Jeremy Wernick. We did have some big scores just even in that break, and we'd like to update you on them. We'll take a look across the sheet, starting with sheet 1. A draw for 4 opportunity for Team St. James, but they come up just light, still get their 3 to tie up their match with Team Furlan, the number 6 seed, 4-4, and Furlan has hammer in 7. Over on sheet 2, Team McClellan, the number 12 seed, fighting back. A steal of 2 in the 6th pulls her within 1. Team Stapera with a 1-point lead and the hammer in 7. Once again, we know our current feature sheet now. Number 3 seed Radia up 7-3 on number 6 seed Benning. Moving over to sheet 5. The Swiss men from Morges, they score a single in the 6th. They have a 1-point lead, but it is the number 9 seed Team Bedard with the hammer, and this is the big one as we move over. The number 2 seed Team Regan, after giving up that steal of 2 in the 2nd, a single in the 3rd, steal 3 in the 4th, steal 3 in the 5th, and after a force, the number 9 seed, the Swiss women out of Basel, decide that's enough. It is a victory for Team Regan. They move on to the semifinals and will play the winner of Blades and Dundas. Over on sheet 7, it was another steal of 2 this time for Ryan Fisher. It's been all Ryan since the first end. Take 1, steal 2, steal 1, steal 1, and steal another 2. He is up 7-1 on the undefeated number 1 seed Tyler McTavish. And over on sheet 8, it was a steal of consecutive steals in the 5th and 6th for Team Dundas that has them out to a 6-3 lead. The undefeated number 3 seed Team Blades down 3 with the hammer in 7. So some close matchups and surprising results so far. We got some, well, I guess we had an upset in our feature. Both teams were 2-1 in the round robin though, so I wouldn't quite go that far. But by seeding, it was an upset. And we have some interesting results, some other upsets in the making if the scores hold the way they are. Looking back at our feature, we do have 2 corner guards up for Team Benning that they'll be able to hopefully utilize going forward. That yellow stone around the guard is also something that they should be able to freeze to, so that's not going to be Kyler Muradia's friend for too long. Looks like they're trying to make the corner freeze here.
And it looks really close. Cameron Wright just pulling up maybe 2 feet short of that freeze, but that rock in a really great spot because there's really no way to get that out without jamming on your own yellow if you are Kaylin Radia. Gonna make the peel the other way. Just cross the face of that rock and roll almost out.
Cam Wright with his second chance here. Would love to get a second redstone in the rings. This one curling early though. Looks like it's going to be all over that corner guard. I like this call here by Kaylin Torrey, ignoring those stones in the rings, recognizing that these corner guards are really the only way that Team Benning can cause you some trouble. You're more than happy to give up a deuce, or even a 3 if it comes to it, in this end, as you'd have the hammer going into the last, but gets rid of those corner guards, and I can't reasonably see anything more than a 2 coming out of this for Team Benning.
Yeah. Just a couple unfortunate spots where Team Benning's rocks ended up in previous ends and this one, and it's kind of just hoping for a miss at this point.
So the guard goes up there by Owen McTavish. Once again, Cole O'Connor will attempt to remove it. This one tight out of the hand. A little bit of a fortunate result, though. Ticks that red over the top of the yellow to make the yellow stone, I believe, shot once again. Still a result. Definitely not what they wanted, but I think it's good enough, Tori. Anything that Team Benning plays will be open and accessible, but looks like they're trying to make the perfect freeze onto that yellow stone. I think that red one is open, but I guess if you make this, it would be very difficult to get either of the reds moving enough. It's difficult to see the exact angle from where we're sitting, but
Sweeper's liking the weight. Just looks like it might be over curling a little.
touch off the red isn't that bad, and you know what, Tori? That ends up in a, frankly, quite a good spot. I'm not sure if we're able to access the overhead cameras, but they're taking a long look at trying to see who is the shot stone. Looks like Kylan seems to think it's still yellow who is shot, so, and with no real easy way to remove a red stone, I guess they're left with just drawing to the open side to sit two. Have to be a little bit careful not to leave some sort of crosshouse double for three.
Yeah, I wish we could tell if those two rocks were dead even or if one was slightly higher than the other. And even just to see shot rocks so we could place our bets on it.
So just coming up light there is Kalen, and now a chance for Aaron Benning to sit three. And it all goes back to just that one miss by Cole O'Connor on that peel. Allowed them the opportunity to make that freeze, and all credit to Owen McTavish, made a really good one. Now they might have a chance at something here. So, does seem like yellow is shot. It's very close. At least the players on the ice seem to think so. And so Aaron Benning with his first and the opportunity to sit three, which would put this game or pull this game to within one. And he'll hit it on the nose, but how do you make a double?
I don't think you can.
if you hit that red one on the nose that he just threw and stick there, almost stay frozen on the red, are you at least out counting that stone on the left, the one in the 12-foot? I think you might be.
I think you are. You'll be touching a piece of the 8 if you're
and if you can,
just nose.
if you can force Team Benning to 2, you're going to be extremely happy. And it looks like we have handshakes over on sheet 7. And it is a victory, an upset victory. Team Fisher, who went 1-2 in the round robin, wins their playing game, comes in as the 10th seed and beats the number 1 seed, previously undefeated Tyler McTavish. So Ryan Fisher will move on to the semifinals, and he will match up with the number 5 seed, Evan MacDougall, who we had in our feature. So we know one of the semifinals so far. Still a few other games waiting to conclude.
Kalen Radia, his last. Very good, well-made shot there. So they are sitting second shot. So Aaron Benning just left with a draw for 2. Needs a good chunk of the 8-foot. Jacob Piernick and Cameron Wright trying to sweep this down into the 8-foot.
And seems like they like it now, so they'll watch it to the top of the 4-foot. Aaron Benning will score 2 to pull this game within 2, but Kylan Radia, great shot there on his last, limits the damage, and they take a 7-5 lead after 7 ends of play.
Peace of mind, the life you want, and financial independence. At World Financial Group, we believe your path to any of these goals is paved by financial knowledge. That's why our agents spend every day empowering individuals and families of all backgrounds with the knowledge to create the life they want. No matter your financial goals, WFG can help you own your future. Visit worldfinancialgroup.com to learn more.
And so we pick up action here at the start of the 8th. All remaining quarterfinal games are currently in the 8th end. Just some score updates for you. It was a blank in the 7th, which means that Team Furlan holds the hammer in a tie game against St. James. A single for Team Stapera widens the gap to 2. The number 12 seed, Team McClelland, has the hammer down 2 points in the 8th. Of course, we know our sheet here, Radia up by 2 with the hammer. Another force on Team Bedard means we have a tie game going into 8. And the team from Morges, the Swiss men, have the hammer. And unsure about the score over in the matchup between Team Blades and Team Dundas. Scoreboard still reads 6-3 for Team Dundas, but we're unsure what happened in the 7th. So we're still waiting for them to post that score. Looks like Team Dundas has the hammer, though, so Team Blades must have scored something in 7.
So looking at our feature sheet, a big mistake by Team Radia trying to come around that high center guard and instead is going to throw a tight center guard.
So that's definitely helpful for Team Benning.
And even this call, Matt, I'm not sure I agree with it. I would trying to hit and roll, like they're trying to hit and roll to the top under those 2 guards, top 12, but isn't that just acting like a 3rd guard?
It absolutely would be, and if they leave a stagger, Team Benning's not going to waste any time and go around it. I don't mind a little roll. I think a nose hit is great, which is what they end up doing. At most, you wanted to roll to edge on edge with a guard, so at least you have something that you'd be able to run back in an emergency later.
So nice come around there made by Cameron Wright. I see Radia walk up, call for the peel.
Yeah, and you'll see them replace this guard a couple more times. If the double peel isn't able to be made, you'd likely see Team Benning sink another stone, either on Skip's first or second. So he'll go right by, and I think that's pretty good, Tori. Gets rid of at least one of the center guards, moves his other one further into the rings to shrink some of the area for Benning.
Yeah, the reaction after the shot, he didn't look too happy, but I think that's a pretty lucky outcome for that miss. That guard is so high, it's making that rock on the button so accessible. And this guard just coming in heavy from Owen McTavish. It's going to sit corner frozen to their own on the button. So nice peel there made by Cole O'Connor. Team Benning just going to keep throwing up that guard. They're sitting the 2 they need to steal for the tie.
So we do have another final. We did get the score update. It was a force for Team Blades in the 7th. They went to the 8th, down 2 without, and they couldn't pull off the comeback. So Team Dundas out of Manitoba pulls off the upset and defeats the up till now undefeated number 3 seed Team Blades out of Nova Scotia. And we'll say goodbye to Team Blades here for this edition of the Canadian Junior Cup. Team Dundas moves forward to face Team Regan, another Nova Scotian opponent, in their semifinal. So another peel coming at some point. You'd like to do something with those stones on the button, Tori. If you peel this and they end up throwing the guard again, do you ever make a move?
I think it depends how good they make it. If you can see a piece, I like the chase, but if they put it about as perfect as they can, I think you have to peel one more time.
You have to keep in mind that you do have the in-off of your own that you could play maybe with Kylan's last if he has to. So 2 men's and 2 women's quarterfinals still ongoing here. Aaron Benning with his first.
This rock is curling really early. Not even sure if it's over.
Sweepers trying their best. This needs to get over the hog line to give the team a chance, and it will, but I think you're right, Tori. Looks like it just over curled too much, and that red's going to be accessible. A chance to put the game away here. Kylan Radia with the win in his hand. Trying to get a little bit of finish out of this stone. He'll get both reds moving and remove it from play, so that's going to be enough as the handshakes come out. Kylan Radia takes the 3rd spot as the number 3 seed into the semifinals, and he will await the winner between the Swiss men and Team Bedard. We also just had handshakes over on sheet 1. Tori, did you happen to see who won that game?
I did not.
It was a tied match between Furlan and St. James, so we'll try to get confirmation for you there on whether Furlan won with the hammer or it was a steal. Jumping over to sheet 5 now in the match between Nathan Dryborough out of Morges, Switzerland against Adam Bedard from Quebec. Okay. And it looks like we're just getting confirmation that it was a victory by Team Furlan over on sheet 1. So they will move on to their semifinal matchup where they'll play the winner of Stapera and McClelland. That another upset there is the 1 and 2 Team Furlan. Number 6 seed takes out the number 4 seed Team St. James, who had a 2-1 record. And looking at the setup here, Team Bedard with the red stones, needing to steal here in a tie game. But Nathan Dryborough looks to have a very good setup as he sits 3, and no easy way to get in there for the Quebec team. So a nice guard made there. And Adam Bedard takes a look at his options. Do you see anything here, Tori? This is Skip's first rock. It is about to come here. You can run that rock back that was just thrown by the Swiss, but doesn't look like there's an angle to get the red onto the shot stone.
I think you just need to open it up, and if you can get any of those yellows moving, ideally making contact with the one on the button.
At least if you can get sort of those top 2 or 3 stones moving out of the way, you might open up a path for yourself to get one in there on your last.
Is he choosing to draw here, Matt?
I think so. Lock a corner freeze down on the shot stone. I guess you'll probably always have some sort of run back opportunity, but in all likelihood, Nathan's going to guard it up, and you'll have a very difficult shot to get in there on your next one to promote your red. And we're just peeking over at what seems to... we're getting pretty close to the end of the game over there between Stapera and McClellan. Still 2 rocks to come as this draw slips to the back tee line. So not in a bad spot. It would afford the opportunity for the Quebec to draw, for the Quebec skip to draw again down onto the red stone and be shot at the very least. I think if you're the Swiss here, you just peel it out. Lose the shooter, and Adam Bedard would likely be forced to make some sort of cold draw or very difficult run back to the button.
Good news is he just threw it, so...
Bit of discussion in the hack here. I think this is the right call, though. Nathan seems to be having second thoughts. He's coming back down to take another look. So now the first stone by Nathan Dryborough here, looking to remove the red, lose the shooter. Looks like he'll make contact, and actually a bonus there, Tori, to remove that back yellow stone. That yellow was probably the only saver for Adam Bedard. Even if this draw is made now, should be a fairly easy pick for the Swiss for the win.
Yeah, that was a great shot.
So Adam Bedard with his final stone, looking to keep himself alive in the hunt for a semifinal spot. Sweepers seem to think it might be a little heavy as Liam Dryborough gets ready to sweep it. And it will slide just to the back four, so not good enough, and the handshakes come out. And it is the Swiss men, the number 2 seed, who pulls off a 5-4 victory over the number 9 seed out of Quebec. They will move on to the semifinals, where they will face Kylam Radia. So our U21 men's semifinals are set. The number... Okay, so we're just, before we get to that, we're just pulling over to watch the last shot on sheet 2 as Team McClelland facing off against the number 1 seed Team Stapera. They need an angle run back triple, it looks like, to keep this game going. And they will just sail by. So it will be a steal of 3 for Stapera there in the last end. They pull off the 9-4 victory and move on to the semifinals. So our semifinal matchups are now officially set. Taking a look first at the U21 men. Team Fisher, the number 10 seed, will face off against the number 5 seed, Evan MacDougall. And on the other side of the bracket, the 2 and 3 seeds, Morge Ace and company, the Swiss men, will face off against Kylam Radia for a spot in the championship final. And looking at the women's playoffs, it is Stapera moving on from her matchup against Team McClelland. She'll face off against Furlan in the first semifinal. She is the number 6 seed. And on the other side, it is number 2 seed Team Regan out of Nova Scotia facing off against the Manitobans, Team Dundas. From myself and Tori Zemelink, we thank you all for tuning in for this exciting set of quarterfinals. We move on to the semifinals, both of the Canadian Junior Cup and the Runback U18 Championships, which kick